Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram as Toolizzforyou. I'm also that on Ravelry. However, not currently using Ravelry as there is the Ravelry blackout still happening in support of those who cannot use it now that Classic is gone. There are some other alternatives to Ravelry. If you cannot use it, I'll post some below. But also remember that this is how some people still get their livelihood because it is the easiest way for them to
sell their patterns.
So just keep that in mind.
And many of us have quite a stockpile of patterns in Ravelry.
Yes,
I have over 2,000 patterns.
We could download and move them to a different migrate. Migrate them. So we can discuss that.
I thought about that today.
Yes.
And we probably want to do that at some point in time because I also have Knitting Expat, the socks that are coming in, and it's coming in off of something else. So it would be good to have a place where all the knitting patterns could go.
There is,
and then I know I could search on them and all that kind of stuff. So
there is something that has been posted by some people on Instagram, but I have not had a minute to really look into it. But once I look into it, and if I feel confident in being able to help Mom in it, then we'll recommend it.
We'll be guinea pigs.
Yeah, for at least us. So other than that,
I'm Carolyn
here. Yes.
I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. Sometimes I post on Instagram as Knitting in Our Jeans. Some reason it hasn't hit my brain to really post about anything. I used to use the social media as a mind reliever for work, but since I'm not working, I'm really having fun just about every day. I mean, there's different things. Today we did house repair, and they laughed at me because I put on my sailing hat. So it's a
bucket hat.
It's a bucket hat, and there's a specific manufacturer who I can't remember at the moment, begins with a T, very well known for sailing hats. So it has a very stiff brim, and I put it on because just in case he drops something, it's going to hit my hat and not my hat. Yeah, I got hit in the head with a loose screw. It didn't hurt. Of course, if I hadn't had my hat on, it could have fallen in my eye. So it was good I had my hat on. Yes. Earlier this week, he said, come help me for just a minute. And I have this really great fleece LL Bean robe. So it's wonderful. It can be 30 degrees out, and it's warm for the few minutes it takes to go out and get the newspaper. It's not warm when you're standing outside holding a ladder in the wind for half an hour at a time. So yes, finally when he had to get down to get something, I ran inside, got my a windbreaker, and then I was fine because fleece is nice, but it was polar fleece. It wasn't cheap fleece. It doesn't cut the wind. So anyway, we had taken down an outside light, and then we put it back up today with Elizabeth's help. So other than we have all kinds of adventures. So yeah, just
maybe not Instagrammable ones.
Yeah, it's tough when you're the one holding the ladder, and I know you're not supposed to hold the ladder. Except he almost fell off of it. He had to jump off of it the first day. So then I was called out to hold the ladder. Well, no, I was there when he went up and it started going sideways. So that's when he said, please hold the ladder. I think originally I was called out to hand him things. Typical. I don't know about you, but I managed to paint the entire front porch without help when she was 3 years old with her climbing up the other side of the ladder, but he needs help.
Because you were using an A-frame.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't use that kind of ladder.
I know.
Anyway, what can I tell you? I still love my haircut. I mean, yes, it's doing kind of little flyaway things, but you know what? Pinned it up. It didn't fly around, so it's perfect for what I hope my life in the future 6 months is going to be, so I'm loving it. And you like yours.
Yes, and I repurpled it, which you can't really see on camera, but I did, and it's darker, which is more in line with how I see myself, so I'm feeling much better about it.
Okay. See, and I'm seeing mine as blonde. Yeah, I know it's gray, but I'm seeing it as blonde, so.
So, I haven't done all that much knitting, I guess. I guess not. But I finished my Bernie socks.
I think that's an accomplishment.
Thank you. So I finished them. I put them on last night. They're really comfy. The color works really smooshy. As I said previously, I did the toes, the heel, gusset, and turn section, and the cuff on ones. I did the foot color work on 2.5s, and the leg color work on 3s. So yeah.
And it doesn't look that much lighter in texture.
No.
So it was a good choice.
Yeah. So, and it all fits really well. I think just going up those needle sizes in order to make sure that it would fit around my foot and that I wouldn't have to worry too much about floats made it really nice. So nice. I'm really happy with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. Have you finished anything this week?
I did not finish anything this week.
What have you been working on then?
Well, I've been working on a couple things. I'm going to grab the bag. I actually went back to work on my mittens.
You did?
I did.
Oh,
I did,
my goodness.
because something came in the mail, so I wanted to clear a project. I have a goal of doing at least 5 rows on this now every day in order to finish this one off and then do the second one. So I have gone from here. So I've done a good inch and a half on these. So this is where I was, and this is where I am now. Yes, there's a different pattern front to back. I'm really quite pleased with it. The reason that it's taking me so long is that the pattern is this
itty
size.
bitty.
It's really small. And I'm guessing they wanted it this small because it came from someplace overseas.
Or it's because it fit in the bag nicely.
But anybody who's doing a pattern, especially with color work, it needs to be a pattern where the front covers this whole side. And then you open it up, and that's the back. I mean, it's really difficult for me to read this. So in 5 rows, my eyes start to cross. It doesn't help that it's allergy season, and my eyes are itchy anyway. So I made a photocopy of this, and I am marking out or blacking out the rows that I have done.
Oh, good.
So I don't ruin the original. And I can make another copy of this for the second glove and be able to mark it out. So it is coming along. It fits. I am doing my color work rather loosely so that my glove will fit, and you can see it is a nice fit at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and I love the long cuff. I mean, I think that's going to be great come wintertime. I really do. And then I was talking to Elizabeth this morning. I said, I could not do the thumb because that way I have 2 thumbs for texting. What I may do is I may not cover the very end of that thumb so that I've got a way to answer the phone
and play your video games,
etc. during the winter time. Because I don't want to disturb the pattern to put in a buttonhole for my index finger. So I think I will leave the top of the thumb open and do that kind of modification. So I have been working on that. What else have you been working on?
So yesterday during Easter Vigil service, I finished the front of my Earth and Air. This is the brioche sweater by James and Watts. Here is the photo on the front. So I did the front. Now I will do the back, and then I'll have sleeves. It's coming along pretty quickly. You just have to sit down and do it, which tends to be my downfall, because the last few weeks I've sat down,
go to sleep,
and I fall asleep. So, working on that. But yeah, so I'll pick up the back. I haven't really worked on anything else because I do have a test knit that I've signed up for that I am waiting on the pattern for. So I don't want to get anything too new started while I wait for that. And the blanket I'm making for the friend of mine I need to wind up the next 2 skeins of the main colors. It's so striped, it's hard to say main colors versus not main colors. But the two colors that I have 2 skeins of, I need to wind these 2 up so that I can keep moving on that. So I think I will do that before
Okay, you
dinner.
just have to set that back up again. All right. Yes, we're having our Easter dinner late this year. Normally, we would have sung a service last night and 2 services this morning. So Easter for us is a wild Saturday and Sunday. But of course, this year we were recording in advance. So this week was a lot of recording. And I think I tried to record everything this week. I had a very strange thing happen with my printer.
Oh, yes.
Where it was printing none of the consonants and only some of the vowels of the lyrics that our choir master had sent. I'm here to tell you, it's really hard to sing a song when you don't know what the words are.
When He Shall Endure Forever, He Shall Endure Forever and Ever comes out as E-E, E-E-E, E-E.
You don't think you quite got how bad it was until you came over.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that, but I thought it was only one of the songs. I didn't realize it was like multiple of them.
Several of the psalms.
Yeah, the psalms. Yeah.
The psalms were like that. The regular hymns didn't come out that way, but the psalms were only vowels.
And the anthems didn't come out. But
it was just very difficult.
It was very interesting, because I was like, I don't understand why this is happening to
I
all
don't either,
of these.
because it showed up on the screen as all the information. I was getting his comments that had been done in red. I was getting all kinds of additional information, just not the words themselves. Made it extremely so.
We ended up printing them as images, and that solved the problem.
Yes, but I didn't know that. So there were some songs that it was too late to record by that time. But now I know. So now I have it fixed in my PDF printer, my Acrobat, that you should print it as an image rather than whatever else it is, rather than PDF. So I have been working on my second sock. That's not a hole. That is a placekeeper. And I have started the right heel. So this sock is this is the right hand sock, so it's going to go like this. This is the markers for the heels right here, and of course then it's skewing out over here. I will get up to a certain point, and then it will have me Kitchener the heel together, and then then I will do the short rows to have this slowly rise and even out so I can do a cuff. So again, I work on the mitten, and then I work on this for maybe an hour, and then I put this down because this involves reading every row. It's very precise. So, but I have been working on it. Anything else?
I've not been working on much else.
Okay, I have been working.
It was a short week for me at work, which meant there was a lot to do. And then I finished the socks. I was real keen on getting these socks done.
I think it's great. They look gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, your color work is fabulous.
Thank you. I try very hard.
So, more work has been done on here, so you can see.
Oh, my word.
See?
You've got a whole little mountain situation happening over here.
And I realize now, looking at it, this is like a grape arbor or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was when I was working on it. So, what I've done is this entire first block has been completed. I am now working on completing the second block all the way over. And as usual, I get a color and I work as much as I can in this particular area. And then I fill in other places. So you will see some of these other places growing. But I am primarily focused on here so I can move this up. I'm quite pleased. I really like it. It really does mirror my vision, my memories of Lake Como, with buildings built right up to the esplanade around the lake, and it's just a lovely place. And one of these days, hopefully, we can get back. Yeah. So airplane travel is going up as more and more people get vaccinated, which is a good thing. So please get your vaccinations when you can get those appointments. It gives freedom to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's all that I have been working on this week.
Well, we both got mail from Indy across the pond.
Yes.
So what came for me this week is some stitch markers that I ordered. In some different shapes. I'm just finishing.
Is that what these multiple boxes are?
Yes.
Ah.
So I know a few months ago we discussed how much I really like hexagonal.
Oh, they're big.
But they've got different sizes. So she's got the big ones. She's got some medium-sized ones, if I can get them. Some medium-sized ones. And then some little guys, too.
Oh, wow. They're cute.
So, if I can get them all in the right...
You like them because you can feel them as you go along?
Yeah. So, you can see that...
Yes.
They're different sizes. So I got the hexagonal ones because I really like, they don't necessarily spin on the knitting, but they also don't catch.
Oh, good idea.
Which I like. And so I'm going to try out her rounded square ones as well.
Okay.
For that same reason. And it comes in the 3 sizes. And then for fun, I got some teardrop ones.
Oh, that's cute.
And then just an assortment of the gold in circle, square, and I think triangles. Just because I'm always looking for stitch markers, and, you know, it's always nice to just have them.
Can you open your iPad to my Ravelry?
I can try.
Okay.
And then I got some of the rose gold removables. So I got them from La Cave Alain.
Mm-hmm. Len is wool.
Yes.
So the cave of the wool.
Yes. And so they did come from France, and they came very quickly. So
I love the rose gold.
Yeah, I do too.
Very pretty.
So yeah, so that was that. And then I also got some other stuff, not related to, you want Ravelry?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to log out and bring it to yours?
Or get to me somehow.
It's probably easier to log out. Okay. I don't remember what yours is. And so a former coworker was cleaning out their office supplies and had brought office supplies to work one day and had given them to me because they were a pen stealer, and I do not stand for pen stealing. And so they ended up bringing in some of these Triplus Fineliners by Staedtler, I mean. And so I've been using them, and they're starting to run out of ink.
Mm.
And so I decided to get the 48 pack off of JetPens, so I can figure out what color I want.
I don't know my password, so we're going to have to go in and... Thank you. Friends. We have no friends.
We wouldn't have to do this.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to get the 48 set so that we could, I could see what colors I really wanted, and I could then order them, the ones the colors I really, really wanted, so I knew what was happening, or what colors they were, because the ones I have do not follow the same color numbering system that they have now. So I wasn't quite sure what colors I was using, and I really wanted some more colors. So I'm really excited about that, and it'll make my color coding so much more fun. So much more fun.
I have no idea where I stuck it. I believe it's a dog. All right, we're going to go back this way.
So yeah, that's what I'm working on and doing. Well, and right now I am starting the back of the Earth and Air, which I think will be really nice, especially for weekends like today where it's still very cold, but also going to be warmer, and you don't want to necessarily pull out all of your winter stuff. So.
It could be the bunny. I don't think so, but it could be. Or it could be that. I think it's the puppy. So it's one or the other. It's either Christopher Bunny or Waffles the puppy.
Okay.
Either one. So I got my package from Indie Untangled across the pond, and the toy I'm going to make, and I have to find, I should have brought my own iPad up. But anyway, it's either Christopher Bunny or Waffles the puppy that's going to be made in this with some off-white that I have for the snout, which is why I think it may be, it's something that looks like a dog. I think it's the puppy because the snout is a different color, is what I'm thinking. Okay. There were different colors that needed to be, but I will look downstairs. Anyway, so this is going to be the body, the arms, and all of that. And then it'll just be an off-white to be the mouth part. And this is, I get to the yarn shop on a penny farthing. It's Grand Merino DK. It's superwash, which is what I wanted for a child's toy. I certainly have fluff that can be used to stuff it. It's called a Rebel Batch Hipster Yarning.
It's from the Indie Untangled shop.
Right. And 150 grams is 225 meters. So I think it's going to be great. So it's extra fine merino. This would not be Ben friendly at all.
No.
No. So I love it. I think it's going to be great. And that is a toy that will be for someone who's coming along late spring.
Yes.
Yes. And then I got 8 skeins of this, which is also Countess Ablaze. This is Lady Persephone sock yarn. Knit Flixathon is the colorway. This is fingering. It's 4-ply. It's 100 grams, 425 meters, which I think is something like 475 yards. This is to be made into a dress. I think you all saw the dress that I made before that had the Nerd Girls yarn in it. That it had to be taken apart because the blue in that dress just disintegrated. I walked past something and it lost half its body. So it had to go. It just had to go. And so I have found a couple different patterns, and then there is a pattern book by Shirley Payton that I found in Ravelry and then found it online in Amazon, which I know you don't like. But anyway, it's a second version of her how to create a pattern, but she's got several dresses in there. Problem is, it's an expensive book. $63.
No.
I don't know that I can see paying $63 for a dress pattern. So I'm going to have to think about it. I have her first version of her how to create a knitting pattern book. And I might be able to look at what's there and create my own pattern, which would be fine. So I do have the yarn. The Nerd Girl yarn is what I would use for a collar or a neckline. edging on cuffs and then edging on the hem. So really it would be best to have something that could be done from the bottom up. If I can't find that, then remembering that I want to have about 3 inches of a hem with the Nerd Girl yarn, and then have something that maybe 2 inches at the neck, because it was a nice counterpoint, I think. So this has come in, so we will put this in the shelves, and it will be ready to rock and roll when I finish a few. This has to be started. The baby shower, is Mother's Day weekend. And so the presents and it's going to be online, so the presents really should be sent in advance. So that's why I'm working on trying to get at least one of, finish the sock, which I think I can pretty much do this week. The gloves may not be finished, but at least if I keep progressing on them, or progressing on them, then I won't feel so guilty about starting the stuffed animal. It pretty much is going to be a Susan B. Anderson, not Anthony, Susan Anderson pattern. I'm just not exactly sure which one, but Waffles the puppy looks close. I don't want to do another Olivia the pig. I think everybody just should have their very own stuffed animal rather than keep doing a production line of previous stuffed animals. But I just love this. And you know, because it's going to a child, I think that the bright colors will be really attractive for them. So this has come in the mail, and I will be set up for some good projects. So yeah, we've been doing some more cleaning up. I finished washing the basement, which is good. So now I can sign up for some of the yoga classes online. So that will be this week. Certainly stretching helps keep everything elastic. So is this a sweater you made?
No, this is one that Tanya made and then gave it to me.
This is what I made. This is my floral.
That's Nerd Girl.
Yes, it is. This is the cotton that you gave me. And I wore it for Easter because, of course, our Easter was from the waist up.
Yep.
So, and it was very comfortable today. Today is at least 20 degrees warmer than yesterday. Yeah. And you can really tell. Of course, our eyes are itching because it's allergy season. So we were outside holding ladders and doing stuff with Richard and got eyes full of whatever was floating in the air. But it certainly is nice to have that temperature going up.
Yes.
Instead of hovering around 30 degrees.
Yes.
Which it was for 2 days this week.
Anything
else?
No. If you are following along with the Tamora Pierce Stitch Along with Taylor and Cromwell, that is not starting until July officially, but they are going to be having on their Facebook group Tamora Pierce bookmarks starting on Monday. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. There will be links down below to at least the official Stitch Along, which I know you've all seen the frame that I'm starting. But yeah, no, this week was light. Probably because we've also been playing a lot of video games and singing. The singing has taken a lot of time.
It takes at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
For each session, because I'm up here on my iPad. I have a piano keyboard, and so I listen to it all the way through, and then I sing along with it all the way through, and then I start to play it on the keyboard so I can get better. Closer in pitch. And then I have to sing it through a couple times before I get all the words right, I get the tune right, and everything, and then save it and send it off. So it's easily an hour and a half, 2 hours for each session. So that, and it takes it out of you, you know. So, and then you were here from Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we had Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Vigil, and then we had today. And normally, we would be at church Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday, all afternoon for rehearsals for both Easter Vigil and Easter. Get dinner, come back, sing Easter Vigil, and then be back Sunday morning.
For 2 services.
And we're really lucky. One of the things we missed this year was having breakfast in between services 1 and 2. normally we each bring in something, and some of us bring in lots of things, and it really is
And
lovely.
some of us bring in stuff to make bellinis.
Oh.
Usually that's me.
We really missed having that time to kind of sit down, kind of
and
chill.
be with our choir.
It's one of the. It's a great.
This is one of the weekends we get to spend a lot of time with them, which is something that I've really loved.
Yeah, it's
life.
A great group of people. We really enjoy them.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a short one this week.
Well, because you didn't have so many things.
I didn't have that many things that I've done this week.
I had a lot of things. It's not a lot to talk about. Although I love doing it's so hard for me to break away and do the knitting, to break away from Lake Como, because I keep visioning, the boat rides and the walking. It was just a lovely place, and I really, except for getting through the airports, I couldn't wait to go back. The knees are doing better, and they were so concerned about my liver since I've taken either aspirin or Advil almost every day of my life for 40-some years. I can tell you when I started, I was watching The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson on it. So I was in college, and he said, he doesn't take sleeping pills, but he takes 2 aspirin every night before he goes to bed. He says, I know it's a placebo effect, but it works. And I thought, well, rather than take almost anything for anything else, I can take 2 aspirin.
Oh my gosh.
And I really have, ever since. So, nervous, upset about something? Take 2 aspirin. So anyway, my liver has rebounded.
Good.
Which is nice. So yeah, I didn't get a phone call from the doctor. He just posted online that he'd updated my record.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes. So I've done that. Started making appointments. Because now since I've got my vaccine, I feel, because we got our hair cut, that mammogram was scheduled, and I had a little discussion because every year for 20 years, they have to do extra x-rays on me. Nothing's ever been found, but they don't shoot it right, or they need to look at something else, yada, yada, yada. So I called and I said, now I want to make sure that there's going to be someone there to read these shots, these photos, while I'm there, so I don't have to come back. I've had to have extra shots for 20 years. Well, when it's just a kind of screening mammogram, we don't really look at them. But the doctor has now asked for a diagnostic mammogram this year, so we'll look at them. Oh, God, what a concept. I have not been to any other x-ray place where they didn't have someone screen them right there. So anyway, got that done. Next is get through a few of the appointments this week and next week, and then I'll schedule a dental appointment. So, whoa. Well, yeah, I can be blasé since I've got my shots.
I know.
Anyway, we'll be going to the office that Richard sold. So we know him, that dentist, and I think that'll work out just fine. And other than that, still loosey-goosey plans for the summer. We're still trying to, we need to get the calendar out and talk about when we're going to go down to see Mom. And yeah, that is about it. So start making those appointments that you might have put off.
Yeah.
I know one of the doctors wanted to do something. I'm like, not until I get my shots. I'm sorry. Not happening. I'm not even coming in for a look-see. No.
Nope.
Because his office was that one doctor, his office was quite often crowded. It's like they didn't understand person control before. And this time when I showed up, it was a madhouse in his office. For some reason, they let the drivers come in with the patients, and they were, it looked like a gaggle of geese. Finally, the receptionist looked up and says, you go, you go, you go.
Oh, well, that's good.
And suddenly we were left with 3 people in the regular waiting room, and it was fine.
Well, I think it's time to weave in some ends
yes.
before Mom starts
waffling
on like my grandmother does about other people's doctor's appointments.
This was my doctor appointment.
I know, but you were trending in the direction.
I was not. was talking about my personal experience.
I'm just letting you know that that's how she starts.
I have no desire to add anybody else into this mix. I understand privacy issues.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
anyway, have a great week.
yes, and we will talk to you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.